and gentlemen. Welcome to Casting the Spotlight episode number 217. And we are once again back with you, solo format, which means tonight we've got a this or that. We've got another movie review, another movie put forth in the following.
Good movie review.
And obviously some
big ones.
Some well-known classic Good, the Bad, and the Shits later on.
The oldest segment in the book, man.
Not
not
did
technically,
we do the
but-
movie review, I think, before that?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
We've just been
did.
doing the good, the bad, and the shits just forever.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that's been, and that just always gives us, like, a rhythm, to kind of start off and, we can take it in whatever direction we want with the topics,
Yeah.
So, it's fun. It's just kind of like a lot of it organic. Like, yeah, we had to make decisions that influence things along the way, but a lot of it just just kind of were off itself, and the more people came on, the more people like wanted to come on, and we've loved having all of them, so
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. But in terms of this or that, which we've got tonight, we drew a category we haven't had in a while, obviously gearing these episodes towards certain things at different times of the year. But we've got actors for the second time tonight.
Yes.
Which is open format. There's a lot of actors out there. We've only done this one time, so it'll be interesting to see what we've drawn, what we've got.
It has been a while, too. It's kind of hard. It's, like, crazy looking back at the segment because I was, like, scrolling through trying to find... And we actually did, like, actors and movie characters and things like that around the same time. It felt like last year too, because they were like right around. But it was like I had to keep scrolling. I'm like, I remember doing this. Like when, like it still feels like we haven't been doing this segment as long as we have been. We've been doing it a while. At this point.
Yeah, we have.
I think you're up to read to me first this time, or am I?
What was the last one?
The last one was wrestling match concepts. So I think I'm actually up to read to you first, right? Yeah, I am.
I think so.
All right. Well, this ought to be interesting.
Or no. Did you...
I think I read to you second last time. Because remember you kept commenting, you're like, oh yeah, you got a lot of different kinds of...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. All right. Well, now you got me second guessing it. I was like pretty sure at first. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Now I'm like, maybe that's not right.
I know.
All right. Well, for actors, I think you like this guy, but like thinking about it again, like. He's an actor that I kind of personally underrated for a while, and then I started kind of like realizing that I liked a handful of his movies actually, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's not bad. He's just kind of the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
So your main is going to be George Clooney.
Oh boy. I haven't seen an overabundance of Clooney films actually.
Really?
I'll
give you another one. I gave you Leatherheads already.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have enough to judge him, I'm sure, but...
There is another Clooney film, actually, I have within
I've seen
the
some.
swap segment to give you at some point.
Yeah.
He was obviously Batman, maybe not one of the better ones, but...
No. So he's the main? Oh, boy.
Yeah, we'll see if George...
We'll see what happens.
We'll see if he... He was obviously in the Ocean's movies, From Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? That was a great one.
That's true, yeah.
Tomorrowland, Gravity, Burn After Reading. I mean, he's got a handful. You got The Monuments Men, Leatherheads, The Men Who Stare at Goats, The Flash. Okay. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
First up,
All right.
We got George Clooney, or we got Sylvester Stallone.
Probably Sylvester Stallone, man.
Yeah, I feel like Stallone kind of has his thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, if it was really a test of who is the better actor,
yeah,
it'd probably be Clooney. But, like, I get what you mean because I'm drawn more to Stallone, and he has more roles that I'm, like, holding closer to my heart.
And definitely movies that have kind of impacted me, I feel like, than some of the... Obviously, like, he was in Batman and Robin, and that was, like, a huge childhood movie and stuff like that. But, I mean, now if I had to rate him like that, you know, I'm going to see, like, how many movies... Yeah, I know it's, like, he has a lot of Rockies and Rambos, but it's, like, if you line up all their filmographies together, I feel like Sly's got probably several more, at least that I've seen, that you know what I'm saying, against, like, Clooney's. And I'm not saying... I haven't seen a ton of Clooney movies, but I've seen enough, like, I mean, to make it a fair, measuring stick. So... I mean, we'll see how it does, but yeah, I think I would go with Sylvester on that one.
We'll see how it does. So. Yeah, even whenever I put him as the main, I'm like, this might be rough. But, you know, I've had some on.
I think you just wanted to watch me shred him.
That have clean swept. No, I like Clooney. No, I actually like.
No,
I used to hate on him more than I do now.
He's not, and that's the thing. It's like, if anything, some of it could be rooted in. And I don't know what you have on this list. I don't think he's a bad actor. But since I haven't seen an overabundance, it's kind of like, you know, but I can't acknowledge it on a certain level. But I think with that one, Sylvester Stallone just had too much stuff that's impacted me to be like, yeah, I'm not going to take him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clooney. Or not that I wouldn't. So.
All right. Well, next up, we're going to be talking about him, or at least somewhat, later. I think I know where this is going. George Clooney or Denzel Washington?
Oh. Yeah. Denzel for sure. Yeah, I had him on your list last time, so yeah, you got to put him. Yeah, dude, I watched a bunch of his movies here recently, like all the Equalizer movies, Man on Fire, Inside Man, and... I mean, obviously, we just watched Malcom X, which we'll be reviewing later on. That'll be a fun, definitely interesting talk.
Yeah.
So, I am, without a doubt, going to go Denzel on that one. And obviously, he's been in greats like American Gangster and Training Day, too.
Flight was, I feel like, an underrated movie of his, too. Yeah, he's
just a fucking masterclass like actor.
Yeah,
too.
when he
lights
he's another
up
one
the
that
screen.
kind of embodies the role that he's in.
Yeah,
like you don't see Denzel really when he's playing the character. You know, it's kind of like I was saying with Christian Bale when we were talking about 310 to Yuma, where it's like, you know who he is, and like obviously he's a world-class actor, but when he is in something, you don't think like, oh man, I'm watching Denzel. You like whatever character he is portraying, you like get into that guy, you know. So Denzel for the win. All right, well, Clooney, we'll see, buddy. Next up, we got George Clooney or taking it to the classics, Marlon Brando.
Well, I've really only seen Marlon Brando in The Godfather, mainly.
You've seen the Superman, the movie, right? He was.
It's been a long time though.
What else has he been in?
But I have seen that at some point. I need to watch honestly, I want to watch all four of them again, and I would even watch Superman Returns also. But I want to watch those and kind of like get a better idea of them because I know I watched them as a kid, but it's been a long time.
Apocalypse Now, he was in that too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just one of the most badass names.
Yeah,
for an actor for sure of all time. But, I mean, I've definitely watched more movies that have George Clooney in them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, even looking at I was thinking about watching The Godfather's over, actually. It's been a long time. And they're long as fuck, but they're good.
Brando, he was like one of the first actors that like gave that weird eccentric actor vibe, you know?
Yeah.
He like got his own island.
Yeah.
You only like you had to ship him your script basically and pay him however much to read it. Like once he got to that status, and then that wasn't even guaranteed that he would take the movie. It was just like that he would read the script, and he like just kind of distanced himself out to nowhere, away from people and shit.
Yeah.
He was there was like rumors that he was like bisexual too, right? Marlon Brando, that he had like relationships with men and women and stuff like that.
I think maybe.
And he just seemed like he was himself. Like he got to that point within Hollywood where he's like, I'm made, I can do whatever the fuck I want and be myself, you know?
Yeah. I think I mean, I don't know. I definitely respect Marlon Brando's acting ability over like probably a lot of the legendary actors too, and in ways, maybe not over them, but he like, I know what he brought to the table at the time was like definitely a certain level of demand, and he was able to afford all those luxuries because he was like that world-class actor. But I think because I've seen more Clooney movies, I'm going to rule in favor of him.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
That
that,
makes
but he
sense.
was more of my generation of watching, stuff
I mean,
that
it
popped
is
up.
your personal opinion, so.
Yeah, and I just think that's a little more fair because I just haven't seen a ton of Marlon Brando's films to actually give that a qualifying vote.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
Dude, I think I've only seen the actual Godfather like once or twice ever. I need to rewatch the trilogy again.
Yeah, I don't think I've honestly ever seen more than the original. I think I've seen the original.
Yeah. Those are some of the fucking classics, man, of the American history.
Yeah.
A lot of people rank
American
The Godfather like
film history for sure.
Yeah.
Some people say the second one's better, but everybody
Yeah, a lot
basically
of people
says
say
the
that
third
too.
one's like the worst.
Dude, the third one was still fucking good. It just, they tied up a lot of stuff with the second one, so it was kind of like they had to completely not unravel that, but just do something to add to it,
Mm-hmm.
in 3 and kind of make it a complete trilogy. But the second one was so long; it was like a 4-hour movie, 4 hours and 20 something minutes, I think.
So like make it a mini series at that point.
So.
All right, so
Yeah.
George Clooney's on the board though.
George Clooney, Jorge Clooney.
So next up we got George Clooney or Dave Bautista.
That's an interesting pick. Batista, man, popping up, and not even just the wrestlers category on this or that, but the actors one too.
Yeah. I mean, he honestly has transcended pretty well. He's been in like a lot of different kinds of roles in different movies and nailed it most of the times. Like, he nailed his role in Dune. In Dune Part 2, he was like great as Drax. But he's been in like Knock at the Cabin, that was more of kind of like a psychological thriller, and he wants to do like a rom-com. He was in like a kids comedy. He just like he does stuff all across the board. In a lot of ways, like I've kind of said, he's probably the best wrestler turned actor because he does do everything.
Yeah, like has a bigger range, you mean?
Yeah. He does like every kind of movie and works with a lot of different directors and stuff. I think he was in the Knives Out movies too, wasn't he?
I think so.
And that's like a mystery noir kind of story. So that's another different kind of thing.
Oh man, that's tough too. I may give that one to Clooney actually by a little bit too, and I do like Dave in a lot of the stuff that he's been in, and I obviously was a fan of whenever he was wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was tough. That's one that I'll give you props for because I did not see that coming, like Batista being in there. But
yeah, I mean, in the last 10 to 12 years, though, he's been in a lot of movies.
He
a
has,
lot of different kinds of them.
I've seen some of them. I need to watch. I still haven't even seen Knock at the Cabin, actually.
That was kind of like, it felt like his show in certain ways. He definitely stole it for me. It wasn't one of like my favorite movies or anything like that, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was more like a disaster piece, like with some of the things that was happening. It was kind of like the apocalypse was coming in ways, and different things were happening one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So like that kind of shit freaks me out because
I remember
like
the trailer
natural
for that.
disasters scare me, you know?
Yeah.
Like tsunamis and tornadoes and shit like that. I'm like, oh fuck, man, that's fucking terrifying shit. So George Clooney, tying it back up.
I think I am gonna go that way. I mean, probably if I had seen more Batista movies, I would potentially even take him over Clooney. But
all right.
So we tied it up.
Yep, 2-2. Next up, we got George Clooney, or we got Joe Pesci.
He's been in a lot of good shit too, man.
Yeah, he's in so many of the like mob films.
Oh yeah. The Irishman, Goodfellas,
Obviously,
My
the
Uncle
Home
Vinny.
Alones.
Home Alones. Yeah, he's been in a lot of good stuff. I think I'm gonna go with Pesci on that one.
Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
He plays like the role he
Come
plays.
on, Mom!
You know, he's like, he really is like the angry Guido guy. That is Joe Pesci. That's the role he portrays. But he does it well. Do you know, I heard that there was like, on the Home Alone set, apparently they had a swear jar because Joe Pesci had a bad mouth.
Yeah.
And like that swear jar was overflowing and shit, like halfway through filming. Because he's like, fuck. Just put another one in there.
Yeah. Well, I would hear that he would murmur those things, or he was like, you know, doing his like little spouts during like the Home Alones, and they were PG, so he wasn't gonna be cussing like that.
That's just Joe Pesci, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, so he takes the win. Back out of the lead for George Clooney.
What's your favorite mob movie? Is it still Scarface?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, me too, probably. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones though out there. That's how I went through that whole phase.
American Gangster
months,
a lot too, though.
6 to like 9 months before like we started hanging out like that fall a lot. I had just gotten majorly into like a lot of mob movies, and like I bought a bunch of them, and I like got all the Godfathers, Scarface, American Gangster, like all those kind of stuff. And I was like, oh man. And they just really interested me.
Yeah, I mean,
Goodfellas.
they are typically good movies.
Yeah.
Like mob films.
The Irishman was good too. It was just long.
Mm-hmm. I still need to
They're
watch
all pretty
that.
long. You should.
So you took, Pesci. All right. Next up is George Clooney or Mel Gibson.
Oh man. That's a tough one there.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mel
Yeah.
Gibson, man, he's.
Yeah,
I mean,
you,
honestly,
you make these tough. They are. This is a little. Not that yours isn't going to be tough, but
honestly
it'll
though,
be
like
interesting to see
both
what you
of
say.
these guys, because George Clooney and Mel Gibson both have been very good acting in movies, and they've both made movies and like directed movies that I really liked.
Yeah.
And also acted in the movies that they've directed that I've liked.
Yeah.
So they kind of have like transcended.
Yeah, that's true. As creators, they're definitely they might not get the props they deserve. I mean, a lot of people do with Mel, but he's also controversial too in ways, and some people just don't like Clooney or whatever. But it's like they most certainly have both made a lot of breakthrough shit, I think.
Yeah, they definitely seem like artists within the genre for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I might give it to Mel slightly, actually.
Yeah. I probably would too.
Yeah.
All right.
Fat Man.
Yeah. That was a semi-recent role of his that was pretty good.
He has made some, like, he's definitely towed the line in a lot of the stuff he's made. It's been awesome, though.
I mean, he also...
That's dope. Like, he even made Apocalypto that was dope. Because
he makes, like, foreign language movie films and, like, ancient
He had the balls
films.
to make The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. He's making another one. He's making The Resurrection of Christ. It's coming out, I think, next year or something.
Oh, boy.
I might see it. I'll probably see it.
Yeah, I might see it.
Dude, The Passion of Christ wasn't a good time.
No, it wasn't gonna be.
I mean, but it was not a good time. Like, from beginning to end, it was like, Jesus. Like, literally. Jesus, this is horrible. You know? But that was literally what he was going for. Mm-hmm. So.
And he did, like, all of it in, like, Hebrew and shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's done... Apocalypto was all in Yucatan. He did that all in, like, Hebrew. It's like... He makes films in ancient languages, basically, that, like, people don't regularly speak ever. Nowadays.
But you gotta have
like, really studies to be able to make those movies. Alright, so you took Mel. So 2 to 4 out of favor of George Clooney. Next up, we got George Clooney or Natalie Portman. Padme. I mean, she's been in some other pretty notable stuff, too.
Yeah.
Black Swan, No Strings Attached, V for Vendetta, Thor, Love and Thunder.
I don't know. I might give it to Natalie Portman by a little bit.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she's a better actor. I don't know if she really is that, but I've seen probably more stuff she's been in. Maybe not. I don't know. That was a tough one because I almost took Clooney though.
Made the last few of them kind of tough on you.
Yeah, I mean, because he like, yeah, I don't know. Ooh. I wasn't really certain about that one. That was another left field one.
Yeah. That's what this list is all about, you know? Can't give you the home runs every time. Gotta make it a little strenuous on you. Alright, so Natalie Portman for the win.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably just give it to her, but I'm like, it's tough because, you know, you can quantify it differently.
Yeah. All right, so that is 2 to...
She's probably been in more things that I've seen that I've liked, but it's also because of some of his filmography. Like, you know, I'm sure some of his, like, stuff that people regard as great, like, I haven't seen. I've seen some of them, but, you know, you also have to, like, contextualize it for your film experience, you know, and what you've actually, like, watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Clooney, that was definitely a spicy one.
All right, so 2 to 5 out of favor of George. Next up, we got Clooney, or it's not going to get easy. Will Smith. When I think of Will Smith, I always think of, like, my childhood.
Yeah.
I feel like he was in a bunch of stuff as a kid that I liked, but obviously, like, most notably for me off the top of my head now, at the age I am and what I like and what I consume, that has, it's like Men in Black and Bad Boys. Those are, like, the things that come to my mind with Will Smith. But, you know, he's been in a bunch of shit.
I still
Hitch
forget that movie that we ended up
I
seeing
Am Legend.
that he was in, like the name of it, where he like realized, you know,
Oh my
he had
God,
that trauma
yeah.
and stuff.
Dude, I
I
just
forget
want
what
to
that
look up
was.
his filmography. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, he's been in so many things we've seen.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've seen iRobot. I've seen the Men in Blacks. I've seen
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
The Bad Boys, The Men in Black.
Bad Boys. Yep, both those.
Hancock. Hitch.
Yep.
I Am Legend.
Hitch was good. Hitch was really good too. I Am Legend. Yeah, seen that.
After Earth, that was with Jaden. Wild
That got fucking atrocious reviews.
Me and Colton saw that shit in theater.
I remember you telling me that.
Freaking Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
That was a childhood movie of mine. Was it Collateral Beauty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Collateral Beauty.
2016.
Bright. Concussion. Ali.
I watched Concussion and it was good. Yeah, I'm gonna take Will Smith.
He's just been in so many things.
He has, yeah. And I've definitely seen quite a few of his movies.
All right, George. It's not looking good, buddy. Next up, we got George Clooney. Or we got Danny Glover.
Probably George Clooney.
Yeah. Danny, though, he's one of those actors that is underrated, I feel like, to me. Like, he's just sneakily been in so much shit.
Yeah, he is.
Like, The Lethal Weapons, The Predators, Angels in the Outfield, Saw.
Yeah, no, he was good for sure. Yeah, Clooney's a little more iconic, I think, in ways.
Yeah, he definitely is.
With, you know, respect to Danny Glover. And that definitely, whenever you're transcendent like that, it's hard to... Some of these are just personal if I've seen more of their stuff too. The point is just kind of theirs in ways. Yeah. But I do know that Clooney can be an incredible actor, and I'm aware of his, that he's got some that I haven't seen,
Yeah.
That may be great. I don't know.
He's just been in the game forever. And he was another one, it even happened to McConaughey. It happens to a lot of the handsome dudes in Hollywood. It's like they get stuck in the rom-com spot for a while. And even if they are more artistic and they want to branch out, it's just this is what you're gonna get cast in because they want to cast you in that, and it's profitable and you're gonna make a lot of money doing it, so fuck it, do it while you can, I guess. but I feel like George Clooney was known as that guy. Like, oh, he's the handsome, he's got a good smile, he's kind of like quirky and goofy.
Because he was always on ER.
A good-looking guy, yeah. But like as he's also aged and you've seen more of George Clooney, it's like he's been able to spread his wings. He's directed a handful of movies. He's been able to be in more like just drama films and different kinds of things to where he can be quirky, funny George, or he can be like showing his chops as an actor George.
Yeah.
So he gets another one there. And last but not least, we get George Clooney or Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, probably.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of great shit, too.
Yeah, dude, he was great as whoever the fuck. Peter Goring in Nuremberg, though, too, even recently.
Yeah.
But he's been in Gladiator, you know. He's been in American Gangster. He was Kal-El.
We just watched
310 to Yuma. He was in Kal-El or whoever the fuck in Superman.
Yeah.
Man of Steel. It is Kal-El, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's a legend.
He was also I mean, it wasn't Zeus, was it, in Thor? What was the god that he was?
I forget.
But yeah, I mean, he's just been in... And he's another one that's like... Younger Russell Crowe was kind of like this jacked...
Yeah.
Historical film or action film guy. And then he got like a little thicker as he got older and stuff. But it didn't halt his career. Because he was just such a good actor. He just changed to different roles and did different shit. Like, Russell Crowe stayed relevant and been able to like... Keep doing good movies.
Yeah. No, he's awesome. Like he's been in a lot of bangers and big movies, I think, over the years. So yeah, I'd go with Russell Crowe on that.
All right.
No doubt.
So George got 3 of the 10.
He only got 3?
Yep. He beat out Danny Glover, Marlon Brando, and Dave Bautista.
Oh man. Well, your main, somebody you are definitely a fan of.
No.
His name, and that's just so ironic, is Sylvester Stallone. As your main here tonight. I know obviously you're closely identified with the Rockies and the Rambos. You love those movies and have watched them for a long time. Showed the Rockies to me, at least for the first time, watching all of them. I had never seen most of them except...
We watched the Rockies and the Rambos together.
And the Rambos, yeah. Even saw Last Blood in theaters. And watched the first 2 Creeds, which he's in. Or at least, yeah, we watched the first one. But we probably watched both. And then I don't think I've still seen the third, though. But I know he's not in that. But anyway, he's up there in the wall, man.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's a big-time legend and self-made in a lot of ways with the breakthrough idea of Rocky and starring in it, and he was committed to the role. He came up with the script.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, he is an American fucking story, like, iconic story that made himself rich and famous.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, regardless of... Because, I mean, I'm a fan of some of those guys anyways. Like, I acknowledge that Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, we were talking about Steven Seagal off air, like, there's a handful of guys that are just kind of like action movie stars that aren't necessarily, obviously, the best, like, world-class actors. You're not going to throw them in, like, an intense drama and they're going to prosper. So I don't think they're necessarily the best actors, but it's like I hold them in high regard for what they are, you know?
Yeah.
And he kind of falls certainly into that category. So we'll see.
That we will. Due time will tell. First up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's
Just talking about him today in Chasing Amy. I mean, he got his start and he was in basically Mallrats, and then he was in a couple of the Kevin Smith movies and Dogma also.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's
with
been
Matt Damon.
Batman.
Yeah.
He's been in The Town, which was a fucking excellent movie. Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of stuff Affleck's been in now.
Yeah,
I mean, Air, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like him and Damon, they, like, team up a lot and do
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I mean, they're, like, best friends. He is what he is. He's not necessarily ever been one of my favorite actors, but I've always been like, oh, if he's in something, he's probably going to do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I'm going to go Sylvester Stallone on that one, though.
All right. Sly takes the first one.
He's a little more iconic in my life, you know?
Yeah. All right, well, Ben Affleck's feelings are only hurt a little. Next.
Knowing him, probably a lot.
That picture, just with him going outside and smoking, though, the whole, you know what I'm saying, like, where he's just like, ultimate, like, good God. It's just, that's everywhere. And, like, now, like, they're making the robots do exactly that pose. Like, smoking and doing, like, I've seen that several times.
Yeah, him and Jennifer Lopez, they just need to stay away from each other. They're poison to each other, but they just can't stay away from each other.
Oh,
they get together like every 5 years. Like, oh, we're done. I fucking hate you. And then like 5 years later, they're like, we're in love. And then they're fucking miserable again.
All right. Well, next up we've got Sylvester Stallone or Woody Harrelson.
Oh, damn. I love Woody, man. Woody's one of those guys that I just love Woody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like him and Matthew McConaughey are kind of the same in that aspect. Like, they're good buddies, and I'm like, dude,
they're just a couple of the
sitting
guys.
at a bar and having some beers with those guys would probably be a great time.
Yeah.
You know?
Like them, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan seems like one of the guys.
Yeah.
Like there's some people that just seem like they're like legit human beings, you know? Like, and not full of fake bullshit and spend, you know what I mean, their time at the fucking Oscars and Grammys and shit, and, you know, not that they don't go to those events, but it's just like there's some people that they work in Hollywood, but they're not of Hollywood culture.
Or they're
You know what I mean?
they're still kind of a weird, eccentric artist, but in like a very individualistic, like outside way. Like they're like, oh, I'm not conforming to any of this bullshit. I'm out here like freaking Matthew McConaughey. I'm out here smoking weed, playing bongos. He
loves living
naked.
in Texas and doing it. Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
And obviously they were both in True Detective, and that was one of the great series.
That's
of
the
all
thing,
time.
like
great seasons.
Woody kills it, like everything he's in, like the bad guy in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You know, when he plays like the evil character, he's great.
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
but
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Dun dun dun.
The Now You See Me movies, yeah, he's in those.
Yep. Did you see that 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, or whatever the fuck movie he was in?
No. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. I don't think... Papa was watching it one day, but I have not actually seen it.
Natural Born Killers, have you seen that movie? That's an out there one.
Yeah. Solo.
The Hunger Games, yeah, he's in those. Or the first one, at least. Yeah, Solo. The Highwaymen. That was a good Netflix movie. Yeah, that was an early role for him. Man.
It's tough. And then you got Sly, man. Who's
LBJ, yeah, that
real
was
close.
The more recent one of his. He played him in this biography movie. Fuck, man. Because
second.
It's hard because, like, I think Woody Harrelson is probably a better overall actor than Sylvester Stallone is. But like throughout my life and like childhood and growing up and everything too, Sylvester Stallone has played more of a part in all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's tough. It's like I'd probably rather hang out with Woody Harrelson. Not that I would hate Sylvester Stallone, but it just seems like I would probably have a better time bonding with Woody Harrelson, you know? But I'm probably going to lean Sylvester Stallone.
All right. Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I picked a powerful one, and I was like, okay, we'll see where this goes. All right, next up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Uma Thurman.
I love her too, man. Like any Quentin Tarantino movie, like obviously Kill Bill was like the standout of hers, but she killed it in Pulp Fiction too. Even though Batman and Robin like was what it was, she was a great Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah.
I feel like she really had her run in like the 90s for sure, but like she's still a badass. I really do like Uma Thurman.
I'm gonna grab this coffee real quick.
All right.
You make your decision.
She's kind of one of those too that's like, she's always felt kind of like a stranger, eccentric kind of artist.
Yeah.
But I've always like dug it. Like that's just her vibe, you know?
Yeah, she's different for sure. She definitely gives it off.
Really into Uma Thurman, but I'm still gonna lean Sylvester Stallone.
All right, so you are leaning into Sly. Sylvester Stallone, man. Next up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Tommy Lee Jones.
Fuck, man. He's another icon. Two-Face, bad son of a bitch is Two-Face.
Oh, yeah.
Men in Black.
Dude, The Fugitive. The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. That was fucking tremendous. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, we gotta watch that. Oh my god, I could put it in the movie segment.
Good.
Oh, you have not seen that? Dude, that's like one day that's one of the reasons why ultimately like I wanted to go to Chicago to see the green like lake and everything, like the river and all, you know, just everything dyed green is because like that happens in St. Patty's Day. In ways, that's like it's kind of funny because it's one of the movies that happens during when St. Patty's Day is, you know.
Yeah.
And actually, that would fit perfectly. I should give it to you like one of these episodes here soon.
Yeah.
And we could review it. You know, it's been a while since I've watched The Fugitive, but Tommy Lee Jones is like the detective in that. Harrison Ford's the fugitive and. You gotta see, dude.
He always plays that kind of role.
Outside of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, The Fugitive is one of his absolute best. Harrison Ford, yeah. Like it's tremendous.
I was gonna say
it's his performance is fucking remarkable in it too.
Tommy Lee Jones, man. I'm thinking off the top of my head what I've seen: Batman Forever, Men in Black, No Country for Old Men. That was like, he also played the sheriff in that, going after the bad guy. Kind of like the older, not up with the modern times and the modern way crime was moving. He's like, I just haven't seen crime like this in my time.
I get to add The Fugitive to the list.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Cobb. He played a good Ty Cobb. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Yeah, he played a good Ty Cobb, too. He was like, Ty Cobb, he's just a crabby son of a bitch in that movie.
He was in Lincoln also. He was.
He was like one of the main...
Thaddeus Stevens, like the Secretary of State.
He was the one that really like pushed forward.
Yeah.
Like with a lot of the freedom of slavery and the Emancipation Proclamation. And
he was, yeah.
Under Siege, we were just talking about Steven Seagal. Tommy Lee Jones was in that as well.
He's a master, dude.
Man.
He's an old man now.
I mean, yeah, it feels like he's been an old man forever.
Sly still is, but Sly's still fucking jacked.
It feels like I've seen 80s. Since Tommy Lee Jones has been in movies in the 90s, he's looked like an old guy. You know?
Yeah. Did he? I mean, he didn't look too like his face kind of did look old in Batman Forever, but like he didn't look. He did. We wasn't, gray haired old yet.
No, but he was getting there.
He looked like he had been through some shit.
But I mean, he's world class too.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude.
So I think the question is, how world class is he?
They both have quite the impact on my childhood, actually.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff they've been in, and since being an adult, I've seen more.
Dude.
I actually think I'm going to lean in favor of Tommy Lee Jones by a hair, which is a little surprising, but it's just like they both had an impact on my childhood, and when I'm thinking of who's a little more well-versed in the movies that I've seen them in and have nailed it every time, it's got to be Tommy Lee Jones. So,
yeah. Dude, I'm excited because if you haven't seen The Fugitive, both of them, this is one of their best performances. Especially like if you take Harrison and you take out the two big franchises and you look at all the films he's been in, he's still been in a plethora of huge movies, launched off of some of that success, of course, but like just some insane like roles and just some things that really hit home. And I mean, The Fugitive was one of the all-time best. That came out in '93. They had a Fugitive show, and that was kind of based around the same thing. But they also, the movie got like insanely good reviews. It was like over 90% positive by like everyone across the board. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a pretty iconic Harrison Ford like action movie, and like Blade Runner and stuff like that were too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to see that one. I got to add that to the list for you. Oh man, that's going to be fun. That's a good one. That's a really, both of them, that's one of their all-time best performances, Tommy Lee and Harrison Ford. So that's one you missed. We're going to cycle back to it. But I mean, there's a bunch of things that both of us hadn't seen until we see it,
Did you say too you hadn't seen No Country for Old Men? I might throw that on the movie segment.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I think but I definitely don't know it well enough to have said that I've.
It's funny that Tommy Lee Jones has brought both those movies back up because he was in both of them.
I know I was kind of like, I'll just add him. He's kind of out of left field in a way. You don't always think of him first.
Yeah, but I mean, I've held him in pretty high regard for. Ever, basically, just because.
So you're taking him by a hair?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, next up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Russell Crowe.
Circling back to him. Probably gonna lean in favor of Russell Crowe as well.
Oh man, here we go. The divergence happened.
Just because, I mean, same thing, like, maybe more iconic movie characters have been overall played by Sylvester Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Russell Crowe's just been in a handful of, like, great movies that I, like, at this age, I'm like, oh, you gotta see this one. It just feels like he's been in a lot of those kinds of movies. And, I mean, we just talked about it with your segment. It's like he transcended throughout the eras of his life. Like, he was one of those, like, kind of buff, handsome, young action stars that didn't age out. Like, he stayed relevant in Hollywood because he was a good actor. And he was able to find, like, he does more shit now, He's kind of he's a little more, like, Unhinged was such an out of left field role for him because it was like, he's able to play that guy too.
Just a complete
he
villainous.
Can just show all these kinds of range.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like a literal psychopath, basically.
Because, I mean, we've seen him play the hero, the good guy, and all that, and then we've seen him play Unhinged, where he was just a fucking wild man. You gotta fucking learn today.
And I mean, in 3:10 to Yuma, he was a psychopath. Basically, he was charismatic, but he was like not a good guy. He was like an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's pretty iconic for sure.
Yeah, he's got some range as an actor.
So you're going Russell Crowe?
Yeah. I think so.
Alrighty. Well, next up we've got Sylvester Stallone or Robert Downey Jr.
Dude, it's funny
That's a
because
bad
it's like
son of a bitch there too.
it's like Iron Man. You think of Iron Man, obviously with Robert Downey Jr., but like for some reason
Dude,
it
you've
pops
still never
up,
seen Oppenheimer either, have you?
Mm-mm.
I've only watched it once, to be fair, so I can't.
pops up in my head with Robert Downey Jr. is like when he played the actor that did blackface in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Like that shit pops up in my head with him because it's like you literally
He did a
would
good job.
not know that was Robert Downey Jr.
No.
Like you knew that it was an actor playing blackface and being ridiculous, but you had no.
Oh, dude, no,
clue
he had a
that
great
was Robert
performance.
Downey Jr.
Though.
Oh yeah, but it was absurd.
Of
Like,
those 29 men, however many came back, like that whole intro. Dude, Tropic Thunder was an absurd film.
it cracked me up how like he kept referring to.
Did
the,
we ever watch that together finally?
I don't know if we have.
I don't know
seen
if
it
we
together.
did.
He kept referring to the real black guy that was on set. He's like, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, brother. We've been oppressed. And he's like, you don't know a damn thing. Get your arm off me, man. Kept trying to buddy up to that guy. He's like, I don't drop character till the red carpet. That's you're like lost in a literal war zone, and he still stayed in character.
Oh yeah, that was a shit show of a movie. Like so many big actors though in it.
Yeah, McConaughey, Tom Cruise. Like Tom Cruise.
Even Danny
knew
McBride
what he
was in
did.
that.
Yeah. He was like the
Jack
explosives
Black.
pyrotechnics guy. He was like the drug addict.
Everybody, there were. Oh man, wasn't Jay in that too? Baruchel.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
The
Tom
main
Cruise.
crew, yeah, Tom Cruise.
Ben
that was
Stiller.
the biggest surprise.
Ben
was
Stiller
Tom
was like the
Cruise.
main.
Yeah, Ben Stiller,
Robert
Jack
Downey
Black,
Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my, Tom Cruise.
And,
what a stacked cast.
Yeah, the main crew was like those guys, I think. That was like a star-studded lineup for a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Jay, Danny, Nick Nolte,
Yep.
Tom Cruise, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Hader. That was
Bill
something.
Hader.
And Yvette Nicole Brown was in it too. Tyra Banks was in it. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is world class, man. He's another one that like has overcame some wild shit in his life too,
And
like,
he became
had a
like
second
number
coming.
one. Like he had a whole nother era, and yeah, you got to see that at some point too. Oppenheimer. I wouldn't mind watching Oppenheimer again. Einstein has a few little appearances in there too. Yeah, it's fucking wild. I mean, talking about history, it's been really prevalent. Man, this is what's fun about this segment is like this segment is quickly emerging like after such a hiatus is one of the best and funnest parts of like, you know, like, oh, we can, you know, explore this territory with like these films, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, it's definitely become a hot segment again.
Due Date, we watched that one together.
Yeah, Due Date was funny. Robert Downey can
Zodiac.
definitely, and Zodiac was fantastic.
I'm actually gonna lean in favor of Sly though. I think.
Right. Oh
Just-
man.
Personal here. You know?
No, I know.
But that is kind of a tough one because Robert Downey Jr. like modernly too is one of the biggest actors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
he
is tough.
And he was cool enough to still do Joe's show, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he's not like he's not up his own ass or anything. And in fact, like he stuck up for. It's not to say that he's like, oh, I would do the same thing, but like, you know, the whole Tropic Thunder thing. He's like, well, I don't they're not gonna get me to say that like, you know, to regret like doing it, like the role and like having, you know,
I mean,
like
everybody basically thought that was hilarious too, for the most part.
Yeah.
Because it was
a lot of people thought that was fucking hilarious.
It was a smart and like self-aware
yeah
role in humor.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it was intentionally quote unquote like racist for the humor of it, but that was what it was. It was like poking fun at method actors in old Hollywood and shit like that. That's kind of, you know, it's what it was.
Yeah, because the movie kind of was like parody, except it became like real.
Yeah.
So you're gonna lean in favor of Sly, huh?
Yeah.
So who's went over him so far? Did you take Woody over him?
Nope.
So you took Tommy Lee Jones and Russell Crowe? I didn't necessarily expect you to take Tommy Lee Jones over him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Tommy quite a bit.
Well, next up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Bill Murray.
Oh, man. My boy. Dude, Bill is another one that just, he feels so genuine as Bill. Like, he's just who he is, man. He's been iconic for a long time. Obviously, been in a handful of major comedies, you know, throughout the day. And Ghostbusters was, like, huge throughout my childhood and even still today. But, like, he just feels like, in a way, he somewhat plays Bill Murray all the time. Like, even in the Wes Anderson movies that he's in, like, Wes Anderson's more of, like, an artistic, eccentric, like, he still has comedy in his movies for sure, but, like, he's kind of got, like, an artistic, dramatic sense to him, and Bill Murray's still just this Bill Murray in the movies that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
St. Vincent, that's, like, a recent one of his, that's a better one, Bill Murray. He's just an icon, dude. I've always liked Bill Murray. Like, even as a kid, like, I thought he was funny for being kind of like a crab ass, you know?
Yeah.
Like, my mom's always kind of been like, towards Bill Murray, and I've always stood up for, even as a kid, I'm like, nah, dude, Bill Murray's the man. Come on. I think it's because she hates Groundhog Day. Like, she hated that movie. That's not a bad film, man.
I don't even know if I've ever seen fucking Groundhog
Day.
No, I
should have put it on because Groundhog Day just happened. Right?
Yeah, I may have tried. I don't remember trying to watch it. I know I've seen Caddyshack. I don't. Yeah, not that I can remember at least.
Yeah, I'm going Bill Murray.
Isn't that crazy that a lot of this is just like still passed us by?
Yeah.
That we haven't, like, big movies too. There's some big movies.
I mean, dude, it's just because nowadays too, there's endless content to consume.
Yeah. No,
literally always new movies, new shows.
And there's some people that don't ever go back and look at a lot of the old stuff. Yeah. They'll just, like, you know, look at, what's new.
And we revisit things that we like again.
Oh, yeah.
So that takes up more time.
Yeah, for sure. But there's just too many to get to. That's why this segment definitely comes into use and fun.
Yeah.
As obviously we'll get to later. So, did you make a decision on that one?
Yeah, I'm going Bill Murray.
Oh, man. 4-3 in favor of Sylvester Stallone right now. I did not know exactly how this was going to go. We've got 3 more. Next up, we've got Sylvester Stallone or Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, man. I throw him up there with, like, Christian Bale of, like, modern kind of method actors that, like, sort of consume themselves in their role, like Daniel Day-Lewis, too. Like, they're just, like, they kind of become that when they're filming. Like, it's tough again because hands down, I think Joaquin's a better actor. Probably, like, he's got a better range, and he's classically trained. You know, he's a world-class actor.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin Phoenix, that's what he does. So anything that he's in, it's like he's going to perform and be good. But it's like, dude, Sylvester Stallone he was a fucking icon, dude. So it's like, it's tough to rate that against each other. Because they're not at all the same. Like, Sylvester Stallone was in a movie like Cobra, and it made sense. A movie about a fucking arm wrestling champion.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is never going to be in a movie like that.
Yeah.
But he can embody Johnny Cash. And Sylvester Stallone could never do that. So it's
Joaquin Phoenix he was Joker. He was in that movie Her, where he falls in love with an AI robot. He was
Johnny.
He was like just a number of different things. He was in that movie Ladder 49 with John Travolta, like where he,
firefighter.
Yeah, the firefighter.
That was like a pretty sad movie, man.
Yeah.
I saw that one as a kid. And
I did too.
Gut punched.
We did
by
too.
That shit.
With Dad and Katie.
Yeah, he was in the Gladiator movies as well. He was like a fucking evil son of a bitch in those movies. Eddington with that was Ari Aster's recent movie. He was in that. Napoleon. He was Napoleon Bonaparte. Which he was Signs. He was in that. But yeah, no, he was honestly pretty damn good in Napoleon as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Nope.
Maybe I'll throw that on the fucking thing at some point.
I know. It's like building the list.
Fuck, man, that is tough. Just for the childhood iconism of him, I'm probably gonna.
I can't believe you took
give it to
Russell
Sly.
Crowe over him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Joaquin Phoenix. I have to. I wanted to kind of give it to Sly, but I'm like, I don't like. Just how good Joaquin Phoenix is.
Yeah.
It's hard not to take.
He's got some real fucking talent. All right, Joaquin Phoenix. Sly is tied for the first time all night. Next up is Sylvester Stallone or Michelle Pfeiffer.
Damn. She's great too.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of those women that's like looked amazing her entire life.
Yeah.
She's like 70 almost, isn't she now at this
She's probably
point?
in her 60s. I don't know exactly
And
how
she
old.
still looks fantastic for her age.
You can look it up. She's always looked good. She's always like preserved
She's
herself
67 years old.
incredibly well. But yeah, she's just beautiful.
That's like her recently.
Yeah, that's crazy. She was in a Christmas movie that What Fun or something like that. I told my mom to watch it. I was like, you might like this. And she still looks good.
Clearly aged.
Yeah.
But
Catwoman, everybody got a crush on her then.
Scarface, she's in one of our favorite movies of all time.
That too.
Yeah, everybody got a crush on her in Batman Returns because the leather Catwoman suit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she really is like just sort of like it doesn't really ever feel like she was overdone on makeup either. She's just like a naturally beautiful person.
Oh yeah,
like, truly.
She was in Dark Shadows. She she looked great in that too. But she is an actual through and through great actress. Like she's always been believable.
She's iconic.
Too.
She's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think she's, if anything, if it was a good, the bad, and the shits thing, she's probably even a little more underrated, if anything.
Yeah.
And she does get love and attention, but, she's getting up there in age, and there's not as many roles, like, that people offer. But she's always been getting roles, but it's just like, on the norm, the movies that get released in the theaters aren't going to have that many parts to where, you know, they're going to cast her like they used to. You know what I mean? She does still have work all over streaming, though, and everything. But she's one of the greats, so I definitely think she deserves recognition. You know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think she's earned Hollywood icon status at this point because, I mean, she's surpassed decades of time and stayed a name, and she's been in a lot of stuff. When I'm thinking about the actresses you put on this list, like Uma and her, I love Uma, and I would certainly probably rank Uma over Michelle.
Damn.
And I picked Sylvester.
Certainly.
I love Uma, dude. I picked Sylvester over Uma, so I gotta pick Sylvester over Michelle.
Yeah.
And even that's questionable. I think about that now. I'm like, I might have picked Uma, but we're past it. So,
you never know how it's gonna go. All right, we've got one left. We've got Sylvester Stallone or the legend Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah, I threw him on yours last time. Actually,
Did you?
Jack is a legend, man.
So is Sylvester, though. He's an icon.
Yeah, they both are. But, like, it's almost like Jack is a legend in a different way. He's he's a legendary Hollywood actor, you know, that's been in
and his movies
so many
drew
world-class roles.
His movies drew, but, like, Sylvester obviously was a box office phenomenon for a minute. Just anything with his name on it would sell. But Nicholson was
because he was an action star. If you're an action star, you can draw.
Nicholson was like not only a draw though because people knew he was great, but he had such a range too that it was just fucking insane. Like romantic comedies, dramas, horror movies, like you know, action movies, like Joker. Like Nicholson's, and he won 3 Academy Awards actually, just like Day-Lewis, except one of Nicholson's was a supporting role and not a lead role. But he won 2 of the lead roles. And Day-Lewis won 3 for a lead. Nobody else has won that.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Talking about awards.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson's got some range, though. Like, whenever I think of, like, iconic, like, not even for me personally, from a standpoint necessarily, but just, like, what is seen from Hollywood, from everyone, like iconic status of actors and actresses, like Jack Nicholson is in that decently small class of being a part of that. So I'm probably going to lean in favor of him.
Nicholson?
Yeah. I think he's just like, it almost feels like he's one of those people that's like an inspiration and a role model, it feels like, to actors to come, even like they look at his works as like, oh, this is what you need to be, you know? And like, Sylvester Stallone, obviously one of the biggest and best action stars of all time.
Yeah.
But he's not.
He's always been a heavy draw.
Necessarily. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is tough, but yeah, I mean, Jack too has just transcended to the point of being like he's his own figure, you know, like even outside of being an actor and like everybody knows all these iconic roles, like just that crazy face and Jack Nicholson, like being courtside of the Lakers games, like he's became this otherworldly embodiment throughout time almost, just because he is such an icon. So yeah, I'll probably lean in favor of him.
He's one of the greats of all time, like Hollywood royalty, just the man, you know? Most lists have him as one of the best of all time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like that class of actor.
All right, well, that leaves us at a 5-5 split somehow. Yeah.
Well, there you
definitely
go.
some takes in there for sure.
I know there's a couple that I'm like, maybe I could take.
You took Bill Murray over him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean that one I don't regret.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like the ones that I could maybe see myself swapping on a given day is I'd maybe potentially take Uma over him, and I'd maybe potentially take him over Russell.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm pretty satisfied with how this went.
Dude, I'm excited because, like, I mean, if you already think Tommy Lee is good, though, it's The Fugitive. Is
I mean, there's just been
it's such a great
of
one.
films it is.
It's such a great one for both of them.
Yeah,
that's
honestly,
definitely
Harrison
one
Ford
you should
is who
see.
he is.
The story, the acting performances were both like phenomenal.
I mean, it's those guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's where it's a pretty classic story. Honestly, it's like where he comes home and like somebody's like attacking or he thinks killed his wife. And then, it looks like it's being planted on him, even though he didn't do it. So he claims his innocence. Thus, the fugitive obviously is going to be someone. But, not that I expect you to remember even all that, but whenever we watch it, I'm going to be pumped because I haven't watched it in a number of years. It might have been since like 2019 since I've seen that. But I have seen that at least half a dozen times in my life. I know me and Cheatham showed... or I actually showed him and Grandma because she's like, oh, I like that show a lot. She's like, there's the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, and then Cheatham liked it too, but it was really good. So it's pretty flawless, honestly. It's like there's a reason and a purpose for just about everything that happens in it, and a movie doesn't have to be extravagantly great for that to be the case. You know what I mean? It can just be. There's no extra fat on it. You know what I mean? It just fucking delivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a fun. I really think you'll like that one. So, but yeah, that concludes it. That concludes this or that for that week. What was mine? They only got George Clooney only got 3.
3 to 7.
Ooh, getting slapped.
I mean, he got a few in there though.
He did. He got a few licks for sure. Well, do you want to go to a break first and come back into the movie reviews?
Yeah, no.
Then the follow-up films? Alrighty, well, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Casting the Spotlight episode number 217. Of course, we are back in solo form, which meant a great edition, another actor's edition of this or that, and plus up next is the movie swap review segment. And this past time we watched Rear Window and Malcom X, and obviously we had a discussion over that and some of the stuff that was going on then. I don't know if you want to talk about that first, talk about Rear Window after.
Yeah, we can do that.
Kind of in the order we viewed them. Definitely another week of vastly different movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always like a good historical biopic, though.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that he had an intriguing life, that's for sure.
Yeah, what he came from, the situation he was born in, like, yeah, I mean, it was filled with his own challenges, and I think he brought that to his style and like level of leadership, and it's just kind of a shame that he trusted the word of Elijah Muhammad so much that you know what I mean. Like he even said he's like, I would have basically taken a bullet for him, given up my life for his, and like he didn't know that they were kind of fixing to do bad behind closed doors. Whenever he wasn't even there.
Well, it almost felt like they loved him at first because they're like, oh man,
Yeah.
we truly converted this guy. He's on this path now with us, and he's good at spreading our message. But then it felt like Elijah Muhammad was still kind of behind him, but the guy that initially converted him in like prison,
Yeah.
that dude, like, he flipped on him quick, it felt like as soon as Malcolm started like drawing a crowd and like actually people were like understanding and following his message, and he was becoming a figure of his own. Like, that guy felt like almost immediately from that point, he was like, fuck him.
Yeah, dude, they were kind of jealous. Like, I don't think they would have been able to articulate at that kind of level the way Malcolm could connect with an audience and just literally hold them all in the palm of his hand, you know? As, like, was evidenced, too, whenever they all went on the street and he just kind of, you know, they followed him out there and they're like, no, we're going to stand here until, you know, of course, they weren't going to end up standing there too long because some shit always happens. Send people out, you know what I mean? They get just the way it goes, but yeah, I mean,
it really did, like, change his life completely, though.
Yeah.
Meeting that guy in prison regardless.
It definitely
like,
did.
The way he was acting and who he was before and then who he was, like, coming out of prison was a completely different person.
Yeah.
And, I mean, at first he was a lot more on the... It almost felt like, yeah, he was preaching. It was kind of, it's tough because it's like early on when he was kind of under that umbrella and stuff for a good while and whatnot too, it was somewhat racist rhetoric, but it was understandable racist rhetoric because it more or less was just pushing back and being like, all right, if you're going to fucking suppress us and be this way to us, then get the fuck out of here and we'll just have our own society away from you. Black people, their own economy, their own everything, and white people have their own economy. Like, that almost felt like
they wanted to kind of...
a separate society almost. Like, he didn't want any integration.
I think because that was the way they handled things for so long. And me and Ethan were talking about this. But it's like... even for 100 years after slavery ended in the world, you know, and Civil War happened, there wasn't like that much societal integration still.
I mean, yeah, the Civil Rights Act was the 60s.
Like, and the Civil War ended in 1865.
Yeah. I mean, like in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, and especially before that had been horribly racist, but like everything was still segregated through the 50s.
You know, what's crazy is you know, I had this conversation recently, is like, so they go into battle, everybody, in World War II. People of all color, right? You're in the fucking bunker with these people, and they save your life or you save theirs, and then you come back here and they're treated like second-class citizens in the 50s and 60s.
That's just the way it was.
And no, I mean, like, but it's... to put it into perspective in terms of like why it felt
that's the way the black
history,
people had to feel like that's what even watching that Vietnam War doc, the black veterans even talking about that, and things started to shift during that war, but it was like
they were
you're going to risk your life and lose a lot of your friends and have horrible things happen to you, and your mind's never going to be the same for this country that does not allow you the same rights as the other people in that country.
Or they have them, like Malcolm said, they have them, but like, what does it really mean whenever any of the candidates, like they elect or whatever, like they don't hold any like ideals that are beneficial for like some of the black community, the way the society is set up. Because at the time, and I'm not swaying the history or saying one way or another, the fact is like it was, you know, for sure a white dominated society at that time. And I think what their big thing is like, or at least Malcolm's is like, and if you look at it from the other perspective, it's like there's not really any black representation like anywhere, and if it's going to be their society, why should we not break away and have our own society if we're not going to be allowed to integrate into this one? That's his point of view. It was, I mean, I see why you say that, because it almost feels like it would be racism the other way in that sense. But he felt the pressure of the system too, and he's just like, and the way he thought was a little more extreme before he was like, wow. Yeah. Whenever he realized his own perspective, went through Mecca, had all those fucking life experiences and all that stuff happen. Dude, the media and fucking, we talked about this the other night too. But the experiences like that he had there, he kind of came out and like, I think that's why a lot of people it's with the civil rights movement and everything. And at first, he was calling them Uncle Tom, like Negro civil rights leaders and stuff. Which isn't controversial to say. That's what they were like. That's the way he would refer to them as. And he would just, because to him, and I'm not necessarily saying like it is, because like obviously Martin Luther King did preach peacefulness and stuff, but it's like to him, he's just like, that's some naive shit. At first, at least, before he probably, because I know they had a good, they actually had a good relationship, but like he, at first, whenever he saw that outwardly, he came from a place that they're like, no, we've done wrong, and he obviously what happened to his grandma and all that, and
his dad,
and so like he had experienced some bad shit, and like he's like, we're gonna have to take this shit like over. Like we're gonna have to rise up.
When he was a kid,
and so it's like he came from a place where he saw some of that as naivete, and he didn't really believe it. Whenever he's like, oh, that's the kind of the, they're just gonna string it along. This guy is like the puppet for, all right, he's gonna represent all of it because this is what he stands for. And I'm like, I'm sure some of the people that were like outraged were more like, guided towards like Malcolm because of like the way he was, like black empowerment and everything and what he stood for. And also just, but the thing is, it wasn't like he did it to be heinous. Like he was taught actually by that guy. He's like, look at the way this was written, how white is affiliated with good things and innocence, and black with absence of color and all these other things. And it was like, it wasn't like evil, make lies up or say anything wrong. It was hold, especially the metaphorical white man, accountable in every fucking way, shape, or form, and call out the hypocrisy everywhere you need to. And I mean, that's, you have to be dialed in, but he was a smart, intellectual guy, and like he fucking figured out what pieces to hit and like what rage to kind of, he wanted to get anybody that was going to follow him, like to, he knew that they had to be a unified front if this was ever going to like lead anywhere. Yeah. And it took a combination of them to make it all happen for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't even think that it was like, I'm not even necessarily saying like it was in a way racist is a bad thing. I'm just saying that was like it was.
That's a bad thing.
I mean, because
no, I know you.
Inherently, it kind of was, but it was a more radical take on it than most of the civil rights leaders at that time. But that was also part of the teaching of, and that was even before
the 60s. That was like whenever things were. But I do bet after. Sorry.
I mean, it makes sense because it was that era too, and what he experienced in his life, like you said, and what the world was still within that period of time.
After being in a bunker with somebody and them saving your life or you saving theirs of another color, like coming back here and still not being treated the same, like that perspective, and that's just one of them. But it's like you risk the exact same shit.
Yeah, I know.
And you're coming back to I'm like, I think that is where the cut is like the deepest in those types of examples. I mean, and I'm sure a lot of them felt that way, even that weren't, maybe hadn't served, but
you
the
come
thought
back a war hero and
exactly
then get treated as second class.
Exactly. And I'm like, can you imagine, like, and so like, and I talked to Melvin about this the other day, and he knows a lot of history too, and he's one of my, one of the guys at work I talk to a lot, and he knows all that stuff, and he showed me like a lot of these old like movies and whatnot too, and I was like, you know what I watched last night, and I told him about that, and I was trying to tap into the very thing of trying to see, after watching Malcom X, the standpoint that Malcolm was coming from, and how he's like, I'm going to call out every single thing. Like, they can't say I'm a liar. I didn't. I stood on, what I said, and I wanted to, what I mean? And he just knew that shit was happening. Like, the tide was shifting, and he knew he shouldn't have went out there. But I do think he saw, especially the early stages. It felt like whenever he got closer to his death, he got to know Martin a little bit, and they had a good relationship. They just had different philosophies, because it was all needed for what was going to happen at that time.
Yeah, like after the journey to Mecca though too, like Malcolm definitely opened up
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
more.
Well,
kinda
and even he
changed
saw,
a
he's
little
like,
bit.
it was a little, not that he was entirely wrong, because, like,
No.
and the thing is, fucking, seeing it from his, of course he had to, if you're going to get everybody to, to be with you and stuff, and like I said, whenever he's like, well, that's, this is the white man's this and that, and like he tried to, it's like, I guess that is a way you can make it, speaking like that, you can see it as, okay, well, he's seeing this as, quote unquote, the devil or this, kind of thing, but it's like, he speaks in metaphors like that too to avoid any sort of, oh, did you say this about this person? You saw it immediately whenever he left one of his speeches. The media was like, they're like, so are you saying that they were trying to get him to take the bait.
You said the white man was the devil? He's like,
yeah,
I did say the white man was the devil.
No, he's like, well, no, he's like, I'm not being, he basically said, they were trying to get him to say, oh, because then they asked, they're like, so does that mean that every person that's white is the devil? And then he's like, yeah, he wouldn't answer that.
Yeah, he's like,
way. He's like, I'm not.
I think it's time for us to go.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. But they were trying to weaponize what he was saying against them because they were, you know what I mean, trying to.
I mean, that's just how it goes, though, too.
Oh, yeah, it's
especially when the media is inherently against you.
Yeah, it's it was a crazy. I was thinking about it all that morning though. I was like, and whenever I was talking to Melvin about it, he's like, no, you're right on the money with what that perspective he was seeing it from. He's like, no, you got it, like exactly what it was. And I was like, I kind of thought that. I'm like, because I could see where he. It's not that obviously I'm seeing it from his shoes, but if you look at it in another light, I understand like what he means, and even the chickens have come home to roost thing with the whole, he wasn't suggestively just like, oh, how some people are too disrespectful in death like that, but I understand what he meant given the 400 plus bad history of and how beloved Kennedy was, and he was basically saying sooner or later, if you expect not to be paid a consequence for this, like, you people are too arrogant kind of thing. And I think he has a point, like, not that I think that, because that was definitely a shock to the fucking nation,
Yeah.
But it's rough, man. You can kind of see, even looking back at all their deaths and the influence all those guys had, and Kennedy and Martin Luther King, and you're like, it ended, especially in those 50s and 60s, like so much stuff still ended bloody and brutal for so many people, like they were trying to make a difference. And it was like, it's like, man, every time we clean it up, the world stuff gets better, then there's, homegrown issues or issues that could have or should have been dealt with earlier finally saw their light, and then there's inner fucking country turmoil. And yeah, I was thinking about that a lot the next day though. It was an extensive watch, but
yeah, I mean, it was his life.
Yeah,
and then it was.
Well, now you know a little bit. I mean, and me too. I knew some of the things, but I didn't even know how the assassination. I didn't remember exactly how it happened.
That's the thing. It was like the people that built him up and made him who he was ended up being the ones.
He didn't even try to resist it in the end. He just kind of gave himself to whatever, and that's kind of what Melvin was saying. He's like, he just kind of gave himself to like whatever was happening, because before he went out there too, he kind of knew just everything was shifting. And remember what he said? He's like, it's a time for martyrs. Everybody's, and he was right. Like, even more got killed after that.
JFK died, he died, Bobby Kennedy died, MLK died.
Yep.
A lot of people are dying around that time.
Speaking up for what they believe, and were killed for it.
Yeah.
Cost them their lives. Cost them their lives, man.
Yeah.
We do have a bloody, rough history, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of There's a lot of parts that are rough, but
And I mean,
there's
obviously,
almost every country in the world has that to some extent.
yeah. I mean, makes what we are what we are.
Mm.
But I mean, figures like that make what we are too. You know,
Yeah.
the martyrs and people that had a voice in those tough times. Whenever I'm sure a lot of people would hate him for it. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing too.
Well, talk about some Rear Window.
Yeah, a movie from that era.
Alfred Hitchcock.
54.
54.
Yeah. Jimmy Stewart, the lead, the Hitchcock blonde. I don't even know what her name was.
When was It's a Wonderful Life made? I should know this because I know a lot of dates, but I can't figure.
It's the 40s.
I can't remember that one.
46.
Wow. Yeah, that was unique for the time. It
Grace
felt like
Kelly. That was the girl.
It felt like that wasn't that common of a theme for movies at that time yet.
You know, like I said, that some people said that there's certain things within Hitchcock movies, like he was an odd bird kind of, like not even that he was like a freaking predator or anything like that, but he was just kind of like an artsy, weird, crabby, quiet dude that people are like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's up to.
Yeah.
Kind of. And like I said, like with Rear Window, like, I mean, you gotta think too, this was an era when TVs weren't all that common.
Yeah.
Like, they were around, but people went to the cinema a lot to see movies, and it's like not everybody had a TV in their home. And so, I mean, I guess people watching would be a lot more common in that era, but like, they said that he put some of it, maybe potentially put some of his own like proclivities into his films, like things that he kind of did or secrets he kind of had and shit like that.
Did he like to stare and people watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look through people's fucking windows and shit.
Oh, what are they doing?
I mean, in Psycho too. That one's a little more extreme, but like Norman Bates is like peeping and shit. It's like one of his things that he does. He has like the little hole in the wall and shit. And he's peeping on people. But yeah, that was like the big element of the movie. You almost had to get past. It's like the protagonist himself was kind of a shithead.
Yeah.
Like he
was kind of ungrateful, even though he was
a
being
bit of a
taken care of.
scumbag. Yeah, he was not nice to this very pretty woman that was like taking care of him and like clearly liked him and stuff, and was like doing very nice things. Just like, this is too good. It's too nice. Shit like that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You don't gotta do that. Just sit here and talk to me.
And he's like peeping through windows and stuff. But it was like,
oh, dude, that was all he's worried about for a minute. He just wanted, he's like, I gotta get back to looking, just watching.
I mean, that was the basis of the movie, though, because he thought he saw potentially a murder.
Yeah.
He thought he heard one, and he's like, I know that there was a lady in there, and I never saw her leave, and she ain't in there anymore, and he's dragging out these suitcases and stuff like that. So he was like, let his mind run away with this theory and shit, and got everybody else involved in it. And so it was like, there was comedic elements to it, but it was kind of like a mystery at its core. It was mainly, like, it literally took place on one set, though. It was, like, his room, and then, like, across out his window, that view.
Yeah. I love how all these people, is kind of like I was saying while we were watching it, were all doing, like, their most important shit right in front of the window. And then, all right, I'm going to run my whole life from this spot in my room.
Well, it just makes it seem like it's, like, probably small, compact places. He's in the heart of the city.
Maybe just a room.
They got that one window.
That's what
open.
Peter Parker's apartment was. It was just a room.
Studio apartments.
Yeah.
I mean, they had, the murderer guy. He had the kitchen and then the bedroom area.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a couple windows there. But yeah, it's probably just like small places. But it's kind of cool that they like all took place clearly just on 2 little sets.
Mm-hmm.
Movies back then were like very reliant on the dialogue.
Yeah, no, and I enjoyed that, honestly. Like, that was like that kind of idea, and like, I know it's not even like they had to put a ton of money into the set or anything, but it's, for the time, to me, that just definitely felt like a pretty breakthrough idea, for when it came out, because that was a long time ago. I mean, hell, that was only 9 years fucking post-World War II.
So yeah, that's why he's like one of the masters of suspense. He came up with some of the original like mystery kind of thriller.
So did he actually direct that then?
Yeah.
That wasn't his first movie he directed, was it?
Oh no, he started directing movies in like the 30s.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he like his last ones are like in the 70s.
That's a hell of a run though. Through some deadly decades. He saw it all.
Yeah,
that was
early
interesting.
Hollywood for sure.
Definitely the oldest film ever on our movie swap.
Yeah.
Rear Window.
It's definitely like, I just like Hitchcock a lot anyways, but it's definitely worth checking out because it is like, it's like good old cinema. It's like a mystery story, but like the dialogue's really good and it kind of like, it'll keep you interested,
Yeah.
Yeah. The story like moves along too.
Mm-hmm. Whenever they do a good job keeping the dialogue interesting and like showing you, like building the story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic. Certainly a classic. A long ass time ago at this point.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, I liked it though. It was good. Might need to freshen up on this last like 10 minutes, but
yeah, I was gonna say I could even lend it to you at some point. I don't know how much we
I know I was in the game for a long time. But yeah, because I remember like towards the end of it, I was still with it, but I just didn't know if I missed it. It got dark.
Just get into the work week too.
Yeah,
like lounging out in the evening. It's like, oh,
exactly.
Ate a little bit, had that pizza, and it was game over.
Oh yeah, the carbs will do it to you. That's what happens, Well, should we give each other the new ones?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Alrighty.
You got one in mind?
Yeah, I got one I could throw you. Alrighty. Well, next up is one that I don't believe you saw. This has been on my list a few times here. For a little bit, I should say. Hold on just a sec.
Squeak. Damn mics, dude. These stands, though.
Oh, yeah, no, they're making some noise here. Alright, so here we go. I've got it for you. Let's pick it up back here. We've got Catch Me If You Can, a Steven Spielberg directed biographical crime film starring Leonardo DiCaprio as Frank Abagnale Jr., a teenage con artist who successfully impersonated a pilot, doctor, and lawyer while cashing in millions of fraudulent checks, and Tom Hanks as the FBI agent relentlessly pursuing him. Based on the true story.
I've heard about this one.
Oh yeah, based on the true story of Abagnale Jr., The movie follows the cat and mouse game between the charming forger and the dodged agent, exploring things of deception, identity, and family. The film also features Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, and Amy Adams in supporting roles. But yeah, this one was good. This got like a fucking 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
If that means anything. I mean, it's certainly not a bad thing if it scores that high.
Yeah.
But yeah, it scored good numbers across the board. 2 great legendary actors at the helm. Maybe the best director of all time behind the camera. So I mean, it's a fucking great
Leo
one.
and Tom Hanks.
Yeah. And Spielberg. So I mean,
yeah, I definitely have considered watching that one. I've heard of it for sure.
Yeah.
And heard people talk about it.
that's one that I'm excited to rewatch because I watched it with Papa a few years ago, and that was the only time I've seen it.
Nice. Well, since we were talking about him, and I've given you one of his movies before, we're going to give you another George Clooney directed film.
All right.
But it's got a lot of people in it.
Oh, really?
One of them being Bill Murray, so shout out.
Oh, look at that.
But it is The Monuments Men. Have you ever seen that movie?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah. It's like a different kind of war film. We've seen a lot of war movies,
Yeah.
but this one's a little different. So during World War II, the Nazis steal countless pieces of art and hide them away. Some over-the-hill art scholars, historians, architects, and other experts form a unit to retrieve as many of the stolen masterpieces as possible. The mission becomes even more urgent when the team learns about Hitler's Nero decree, which orders destructions of the artworks if the Third Reich falls. Caught in a race against time, the men risk their lives to protect some of mankind's greatest achievements. So they save timeless pieces of art because the Nazis were gonna burn them and get rid of them if the Third Reich fell.
Burning things, man, the Nazi way.
Don't leave traces, you know. But yeah, it has
The Monuments Men. I
George
consider
Clooney.
checking that out.
George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, Kate Blanchett, John Goodman.
Yeah, that's a good cast.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, no, that's good. That is one that kind of slipped by me because I don't remember ever having actually watched it. Definitely not all the way through. I don't even know if it's one that I've flipped on before, but the cast attracted me. I just, it went by me, I think. But yeah, I mean, even for the longest time, I hadn't seen Catch Me If You Can, and I thought that was fucking a brilliant movie too. And Steven Spielberg's just made so many just hits in so many various categories of what type of film. It's crazy to be able to do that. That's why I'm I don't think if anybody called him the greatest, there's not a lot of people that would disagree with that if you consider everything. I don't know if anybody covers more bases in the breakthrough stuff that he's made. There's a lot of directors with fantastic films, but Spielberg's innovated, changed the game, still making great movies, and they're still original hit pieces. It's there's nobody that's ever cleaned the board like that. It's fucking,
Yeah, he's been on top for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the game since the 70s. It's crazy.
Yeah, him and George Lucas went to school together. I mean, they went to USC together. Fucking good friends.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola. I guess he's still alive, isn't he?
I think so. I think
He's old.
He made
he's
something
he's
not too
10 years
long
older
ago.
than those guys.
He made, what was that movie? That fucking weird one. With Adam Driver.
Francis Ford Coppola is Nicolas Cage's uncle. And then aren't Nick Cage and Charlie Sheen?
He's still alive.
They're related, aren't they?
Nick Cage and Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Aren't they?
I don't know.
We could go down a rabbit hole on this. No, we don't have to.
I mean, he's made a shitload, dude. Francis Ford Coppola.
Mm-hmm.
But
The Outsiders, man, he directed that.
Megalopolis is the one I was talking about, that weird one that he recently did. The Outsiders, yeah, The Godfathers, freaking Apocalypse Now. Well, that was Kubrick, right? That did
That sounds like an old fucking school poet, man. Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah. Or like a composer or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say conductor. I'm like, that's not right. It's composer.
No, those would be some good watches too. I got some other fun ones in mind still, like one especially that I'm like, as it gets, like, as the weather changes and stuff too, I think it'll be kind of fun to get into some of the action adventure movies and stuff too, and things like that.
Yeah.
Not that everything isn't fair game all the time, but yeah, there should be some good ones. Yeah, just because it gives you that lively vibe. Yeah. But I will have to add The Fugitive to the list. Maybe after this one, I'll give you that. So we'll just have to see how it ends up going down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Catch Me If You Can was a 2002 release. So definitely a great era of movies. And I just remember that being like a brilliantly made film. Like all the stuff all the little, tricks and quirks and things that like he did to get out of being arrested and caught, all this like cleverness to it,
Yeah.
So I thought it was written well. But I mean, Spielberg ain't gonna, he's not gonna put anything out that he doesn't absolutely believe in.
Yeah, it's like a witty con artist guy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that again. Monuments Men for the first time.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was one of the ones I checked out, actually, probably right around the time I watched Leatherheads whenever I was out with my arm.
Mm.
And I saw it the one time, so. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah.
Alright.
Those will be fun.
Shall we move on to some good, the bad, and the shits then?
Let's do it.
I got one for you here.
Alright.
What? So I don't necessarily blame her for how it's gone, but what are we feeling about Jade Cargill and her run with the WWE Women's Championship?
She's only defended it, once?
Just defended it the
Jordan
first
Grace?
time.
Yeah.
She's had it for a minute, though.
I know. It's like over 100 days. One defense.
It almost feels like... And I mean, she competes sometimes on TV, like on SmackDown and stuff. She will. But she's always on SmackDown. And she, hardly is competing. She's just, coming out and getting in people's face. Being like, I'm that bitch, every episode. So, are you? Then do something.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't book her more than, why would you put the title on her unless she's going to wrestle, more?
And I mean, I'm fine with her even having, short, dominant matches if that's what you want to do with her. But, then book her that way,
Mm-hmm.
Then at least have her do matches.
I mean, she beat up Jordan Grace pretty good, didn't she?
That was it was decently back and forth, though, because they'd been building that one for a while. So they had, a match. But it was a win.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously the story to tell would be oh, Bianca, that's what I wanted and a lot of people wanted, I'm sure, for Mania. But she's Bianca's just now getting finger surgery, I think.
I thought she injured that at Mania last year.
Yeah, and I think she got it worked on already. And now she's getting something else done. I'm how fucked up is this thing?
I don't know, and that didn't seem like something that would be... It's you'd be able to fix it.
I know, I thought, oh, finger, okay, she'll be out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's
crazy.
Been forever.
I'm going to say right now it's probably... And I like Jade, mind you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say right now it's a little overrated.
I'm ready to just put the belt back on Tiffany if this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Tiffany.
It's just
I
the
don't
way it's
dislike Jade, but
it's the way she's being booked though too. I don't know why they're not putting her in more than that.
yeah, I mean, and it's also the thing where it's like, oh, was she ready for the belt? But it's like we can't keep asking this. Oh, is Jade ready? It's like this has been the question for 3 years. At some point, she's just got to be thrust into that position.
Yeah,
sink or swim.
Yeah.
So. Just have her start defending the belt and doing shit, and it's either going to work or it's not going to work.
Yeah, I think she'll get some. I don't know if they're just waiting for her to get better or how the whole thing is. And
I mean, that's been the case. It's like she's trained with so many different people, and like
it takes a
she's
long
had her
time.
Moment
It takes a long time to really get polished, though. In there, it really does. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the greats that we saw, like,
but I mean,
had already been wrestling for 10 to 15 years before they got there.
yeah,
You know?
that's the case too. But you also see the naturals at it, and I mean, not that she has to be or is going to be in any sense. And I think she has improved. Like,
Yeah.
I think in ring she's better than she was for sure, especially even since coming to WWE.
Mhm.
Like,
Her
but-
look has always been a fucking 11 out of 10.
well, that's the thing.
That's never been an
the
issue.
thing for
Yeah,
her, you
yeah.
know. It's like because she is so jacked and like
she looks like a
has-
superhero.
She's like, yeah, she's like the Amazon woman. Like she looks
Yeah.
like she comes from Wonder Woman's planet. So it's like,
well, she looks.
that's why everybody's trying so hard with her.
Her and like Rhea look like characters from those late 90s, early 2000s like animated Batman cartoons.
Yeah.
Like that style build, just the fucking tall and like just shredded and ready to whoop
She's got
some
the
ass.
Storm look.
Yeah, she should play Storm. That's absolutely who I would cast. Not that
If she
one
can act.
Elvira girl or whoever, like, whatever's going on with fucking the Wicked Land and all the Ouija
I don't
boards
even
and whatever
know.
they're messing with.
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. I haven't heard anything about her Storm.
No, that one girl from fucking Wicked I heard people throwing around. It's like, oh my god.
Oh,
Why are they putting her in everything?
Because she did whatever she had to do for Wicked, I guess. I mean, look at them. They look.
I don't know what's going on over there.
I feel honestly horrible for those girls. I don't know what happened during the
I don't
set of
either.
Wicked.
I don't
But
know.
it really does. It's like, man, you guys look like frail, and I'm not trying to even be rude or anything, but it's like almost concerning a little bit.
Yeah. Like, what is the fucking catering over there? Like, laxatives or what? What's going on?
It's like, no, you guys gotta be on Ozempic to be in Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take all of my insides out. No, I don't know what's going on with that either. I said that. I'm like, both ways. It's like you're unhealthy is unhealthy, but skinny doesn't always mean unhealthy, but unhealthy means unhealthy, where you don't look right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. And, not to get too, like, I don't know. It's just, it does concern you, though, if you see, like, people's, you're like, oh, seeing, like, bone and, like, rib cages, and you're like, you don't look the healthiest you could probably look,
We're getting Christian Bale and the Machinist.
Yeah. Is this the machinist diet? Cigarettes and 1 apple a day?
Dude tried to kill himself.
Fucking nuts. He was committed to it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say, so that was yours. I'm gonna say
Jade.
overrated for now.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping. I don't know what they're gonna do at Mania with her in the belt. If Bianca's not gonna be back in time, what are we doing? Like, I wouldn't mind. At this point, it's like
Running it back with Tiffany,
that's kind of what I think might happen.
but except they
it's
didn't do it at Mania. It's
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah.
But I mean, the Chamber. It's like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of big names in the Chamber, but like, I think Rhea and Io, they might both qualify, and they're probably going to do something with the tag belts at Mania. Because they're kind of doing their thing right now. Alexa and Charlotte, maybe they both get in, because Alexa's already in. Rhea's already in. So, like, that might be a whole thing. And Liv hasn't technically made her decision yet. But it definitely seems like she'll go.
It's not going to be Jade.
Women's world title. Even though she's been on SmackDown. She's been on Raw and SmackDown every week, like, fucking around with Stephanie and with Jade.
Yeah.
So, but she's going to probably pick Stephanie, and the Judgment Day is going to collapse at Mania.
Yeah. We've all been thinking that for a while.
For about a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would probably agree with you right now.
All right, well, I'm gonna throw mine out there, and I don't know how you want to phrase this. Just when I thought about it earlier today, and I mean, we do it all the time, just because this is just who we are, and like we're into all this stuff. But what do you think about quoting movies / shows in day-to-day conversation? Just so it's hard for stuff like not to pop in your head though that you think's funny, or like you saw a reference to it or a reel or whatever. Now everything that we see, some of the stuff throughout the years, videos and like montages and stuff like that get repackaged, and now there's so many reels and short videos and TikToks that like bring back all the old shit. Like if somebody cuts it together, if like we saw, like if The Rock, they put The Rock in there or something, or put like you cut a lot of old school shit together. But I mean, that's just, I feel like that's just always been part of it, you just are influenced by a lot of the stuff that you watch and consume, and it kind of changes your like sense of humor and thinking about stuff. Like, especially like, I feel like comedy lines land in the mind all the time as far as, quoting stuff for movies and shows.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
Is it overdone? Is it
circumstantial? I think, Yeah. Like if you know the audience, and you're like, they'll probably get this, and it'll be kind of funny. Then yeah, but like doing it like to somebody you don't know well, or like a stranger or something, being like, bye, say, unless it's an iconic line. But if it's just like something that's a little obscure, like a fandom thing, and you like kind of throw it out there. And the person's just like, huh? You're like, oh, it's, it's from this show. And they're like, oh, you're just going to get the, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's, it's like, I don't really like, I mean, within the friend group, it's definitely like, because we all kind of know the things we watch and consume and like, and
most people get most.
Or we have at least an umbrella that all of us like and enjoy.
Yeah.
We all have our own things, but like we know within a certain realm of things that we can kind of, the sandbox to play around in.
It's amazing though. I mean, with like me and you though, we've seen so much stuff that like I could say one line that wasn't even like nearly the most important in a movie, but you'll know like what I was talking about. It's because if it's said the perfect way, you're gonna instantly pull it out of the fucking, the hat and be like, oh, yep.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to even reference certain things though, because we've seen so much.
I'm coming back. You know what I'm coming back with? My gun. I'm not fucking with you.
That was the best part. He just emphasized it so hard. I'm not fucking with you.
that was so. His gun? What is? He's like, I have had it. I can't. No, don't gonna.
Just pounds his fist on the dinner table.
I swear I'm gonna. No, don't gonna.
Quoting movies.
That just pops in my mind sometimes, especially that one line where he says that. I'm not fucking with you.
No, I say it's fair.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a circumstantial thing, but like it can make for a good time, you know, if you know the person that you're gonna kind of quote it around, especially you can kind of like spark conversation about an old movie or something. But yeah, like it's definitely not something you're dropping in the work break room, you know. Like some random movie quote.
You know, I'll just get like random fucking things that just, I mean, it all depends on what you consume, what you watched last night or the previous day, what's on your mind, what's whatever, but like, it'll just be quotes and different things from like everything, you know, because it's just, your mind's just constantly working. We're always thinking of ideas for the cast too.
Yeah.
And then you'll hear, "You haven't said a word in 15 years, Michael." And shit like that. You know, it just, there's just so much up there, like, of stuff that we've consumed too, that, you know,
throughout.
It's amazing.
Of genres,
it really is amazing that we're able to compartmentalize so much of like our day-to-day and responsibilities and like quotes and wins, you know, all these details and like line them up right, and you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to compartmentalize memory, but
occasionally there's things that I certainly can do that with, but there's other things that fall by the wayside. Then I see a memory about something later, or this or that, and I'm like, holy fuck, I did go to that thing or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there's some things that I'll like forget about, and then like sometimes you or Nick will bring. And I'm glad whenever you guys bring this stuff up, because often whenever you're like, oh, I remember this one time, like there are things that I don't remember unless it's like a big, you know, marker or whatever. Like, oh. But if it's, or like stuff I said or whatever, and I'm like, I'm sure I probably fucking did. But. So what was the last? Oh yeah, notice what I gave you.
Yeah.
You said fair?
Yeah.
All right.
And this is a decently simple one, but it's just kind of like something that every guy at least does, for sure. And typically it's done to other guys. Guys do it to guys. Guys you don't know. Always, typically. And it's the silent head nod acknowledgement. The little, that little thing. Do we need to be doing it? Is it a thing that, like, or it's kind of a sign of respect. You're acknowledging each other.
Well, and people that aren't very, because like I'll tell you what, like, I mean, there's definitely a lot of guys like that do it at work and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I know that if that's their way of acknowledging and being like,
how's it going?
And like it's kind of a sign of kind of being like, we're cool. You know what I mean? Like giving you like that acknowledgement and saying. And I'm like, I get, you know, because I'm like, it doesn't mean we have to do whatever, but I'm like, it's, you know, I get it. Like, if that's your way to acknowledge it, and, you know, because a lot of times it's more than that even, but it's like, a lot of times it's at least that, you know.
Yeah, the head down is the
because for some
head
people
up is come here.
It's not that they can't say like good morning or whatever, and I don't necessarily want to say it to everybody. Not that I wish anybody a bad morning, but I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I'm fucking half awake, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to do my shit, whatever, and you know, but I don't really have an issue with it. Like, it's their way to communicate it. It's not, you know, everybody's not gonna like go about it the same way, but rating it. I'd probably just say fair, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably what I would say too. It's almost just an instinctual thing in a lot of ways. Like, if I am like out on the route or something, you know, it's like, I don't. It's not even like, it's almost an instinctual thing. Like, if I see a lady jogging, it's almost like it's more because you want to come off as like, if we make eye contact, I'm not looking at you because I'm being a weird. So you're like, you kind of give like a pleasant like smile, like a how's it going?
Yeah.
How's the day going? You know?
Yeah.
But if you like, if there's a guy jogging by, you happen to, oh shit, we made eye contact too, then you kind of just give him the, hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's still like the acknowledgement thing, but it's like, it's just the instinctual pleasantry of like, oh shit, I made eye contact with this stranger.
Yeah.
And now I kind of have to give him a little, oh, how's it going? You know, or like, oh shit, I didn't, like, I'm not staring at you because I'm like pissy.
Yeah.
We just happen
and
to lock eyes for a second.
You don't, for some reason, want it to be like the 1 in 1,000, like, dudes or whoever that are like, what, man, you fucking staring at me? It's like, dude, I don't know.
Crazy
like,
bastard.
Yeah, it's like, that wasn't, it's like, if this is the biggest fucking conflict in your day, like, you got problems.
We lock eyes for 2 seconds and you're like,
what
the fuck?
It's like, no.
Set you off. Yeah, that's the unhinged, you know? You come across the unhinged.
Oh, yeah, like, they think just that, you know, and not that that's happened to me often or anything like that, but that there are those people that'll, like, take it as more of like a, oh, you're looking at me for some reason kind of thing. And
there definitely is those people.
You gotta, whenever you do look at somebody, just, you know, it's like, and you don't want it to, or it comes across uncomfortable or whatever, it's like, you just don't want to do it too long if you do it, you know? You gotta avert your eyes.
Well, also, it's the people that, if you lock eyes with them and they immediately start a problem, generally, those people, the problem isn't that you locked eyes with them. They just already...
They are the problem.
Were in a mood and they wanted to pick a fight.
Yeah. They are the, like... Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably agree. I think the silent pleasantries just in general are kind of like... They're an agreed upon pleasantry. Like, I would rather get that from people when I make eye contact with them. Like a little smile or a little nod or a little something than just dead eye and then look like, you know what I mean? I want some form of acknowledgement.
I would much rather have somebody give me the head nod and the acknowledgement as a mutual, you know, oh, you know, hey, what's up kind of thing, or like, hey, you know, acknowledge your existence, you know, back and forth.
Makes you feel
I would
a
much
little better.
Rather have that, and no words even have to be spoken, than say good morning to somebody and then be too good or act like they're too good to like say anything back. I'm like,
you just walk past.
That's fucking insane. And like, you know, lately I've just been, and I don't know if it's a lot of the stuff like going on, and it's, you know, it's like there's some fun stuff obviously coming up in the near future, but it's like, I'm like, I don't want to like carry that around day to day. Like, I'm honestly gonna try to be as pleasant as I can be and acknowledge everybody and like say hi and do, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying walk around and have a 30-minute conversation with everybody. I'm just saying like approach it with just and that's kind of what I need to do sometimes, or I'm just fucking stressing myself out too much and I'm just too in the element and I'm too in the zone of figuring my own shit out. I'm like, if I could just relax for a moment and just like keep in the flow state of things and just keep going and rolling, and like lately I've just been, you know, in a decent mood, and I'm like more open to like projecting that and like asking people how they're doing and, you know, talking with everybody and stuff, and you know, it just makes you feel way lighter and way better to just, you know what I mean? To like put that out there instead of any sort of
carry that weight.
Instead of any sort of like pissy vibe. And not that I like would, but I do feel like lately it's been just a degree of I felt lighter. You know what I mean?
It's felt nice like to go through your day to day and just not have any problems, not start any problems, not look for any problems. Just kind of try to be chill, try to stay in your lane, in your zone, be cool with everyone you know cross and kind of.
And well, the more gratitude you have for just things going, you know, right, and you're healthy, and like, and that's the other thing we were talking about off air is I'm like all the people that are like sick and just going through the different stuff right now, and I'm like, I've taken care of myself for the most part lately, and I'm like, I've not felt any of that, and I've just been, I'm like, I do have a lot, like, yeah, there's a lot I wish was in a better situation right now, But it's like, in terms of, you know, a lot of the people in my life, like what I've fucking done and accomplished and like, you know, brought myself up to, you know, actually and like intellectually and everything else, I'm also like grateful for a lot of things. And, you know, always probably around like my birthday or a little before, a little after, whatever, you just kind of go through another cycle of things and in your headspace. And I feel like if sometimes I go through it yearly, but I also think like this one feels different too. Yeah. And it's been on my mind a lot. And I'm like, I just don't want to, you know, life isn't that long and I don't want to fucking carry that. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like every moment has to be ultra fucking stress or potential implosion because you're fucking so into your own shit that you just, you know what I mean? You don't actually take time to just enjoy life and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we're not, it's also just being a full-blown adult now, you know?
Yeah.
Realizing.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Age, it's not, we're not kids, we don't have that perspective anymore. It's like, damn, you gotta be grateful for the small things.
It's also hard, I can acknowledge too, and most everybody that's an adult can, is like, it's hard to take yourself or your foot off the pedal because you have to constantly be like providing and like making sure bills are paid and everything else is like done. So like you almost can't afford to let your guard down in certain aspects or be like too vulnerable because it's kind of like we were talking about off air too. Like you want to keep yourself going and like the busier you are sometimes the better. Like because in a busy environment, even if it's like you or you and your partner or you and whoever, like a busy environment is often better because as long as things are moving, you almost have to be grateful for the moments and the great things that you get together, rather than have so much time and be getting annoyed at all of the potentially uglier things about each other. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of realizing that because I'm like, then in a busy life, like you're really grateful for the moments you can have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I find myself being busy even on nights and fucking multiple days out of the week that I don't want to always be, but then you end up just having to take care of what you have to take care of, and, you know,
yeah, it
you
sucks the nights that you're like, or the evenings you have after work and stuff, you're like, oh, I'll have some time to chill, but I want to get these few things done, and those few things end up taking most of the night. You're like, fuck.
I know, like my 3-day weekend, I'd end up running around like 2 of them, like a weekend or 2 ago. So.
Well, you got one more for me here?
Yeah, I do. After getting deep there for a minute, though. But no, those are all things I've been thinking about, too. And it's just, you know, it's the same reason why, like, I want to do some of the events and stuff that are coming up. Because I'm like, at this point, it's just, it's like forced isolation for people to be like, you know, I got to do this, or we can't all get together because of this, or, you know, I had a problem with this person or whatever. It's just like, man, like, we're really just not here for that long. And it's just, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm not saying you shouldn't work things out, or if you have something with anybody that needs to be handled, it shouldn't be. But, like, at the end of the day, too, it's like, you need to pick and choose what you're really going to stand in what hill you're going to die on. Yeah. All of us, you know what I mean, on different things. Because it can't be everything. You know what I mean? You can't die on every hill. Nor is every hill worth dying on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of more of a pick your battles type of thing.
Most things aren't worth suffering in your day-to-day life.
No.
Or, like, letting yourself be mentally enraged and torn apart over almost anything is a bit ridiculous after a while. Yeah.
Well, and sitting there and doing nothing about it is too, and like, or like constantly, playing the victim kind of thing. I was thinking about this too, and like, it's one reason why whenever we did our opener this year, and it was, we were like, well, which one should we pick? And I was like thinking, like, The Way Above, you know, how we were like floating that one around. We're like, Because in a way, that's like a metaphor too. And going into this year, and like in spite of the way the world and things going on, both bad and good and everything else, it's like from a bird's eye point of view and the bigger picture, these are the things that matter more. You know what I mean? And we've got to figure out a way to let go of the things that need to be let go of in order to, you know, find a place where everybody can heal together and grow together instead of it being so isolating and fucking, you know what I mean? Because it can't be either way, you know? It can't be too much of a conformist society either, because then we're just like everybody else. So, yeah, I mean, you know, we're halfway through February. We'll see where things go. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to speak too much on it, for one, because it is February. For two, you know, we got a little more left. We still got March to go. I'm going to throw my good, the bad, and the shits out there, though, in a second. It's a pretty simple one, too. Once we were talking about this, I was like, I'm just going to fucking cycle back to my point. So, once again, not a complex one. I just impulse buy the other day when I was buying a bunch of stuff at Walmart. I bought an air freshener for my car. So what do you think of car air fresheners? I mean, I guess you can use even other ones in the car, but like, I don't often buy them. I had that one that just went bad after a few weeks that Gene gave me, and then it just sat in there for like 9 months or whatever. Yeah. And then I bought one of those black ice ones. And I'm like, it was only like 97 cents. What the hell is under $1 that's worth a damn these days? Not much, even under $1. And so this thing like blew my car up with good smell. And like I like to think with my body scent and like cologne and everything, it already smells decent at least, or pretty good. But that like made it smell really good. But so I'm like, maybe I'll start buying like some air fresheners.
Yeah, I mean, do you like the ones that hang over the mirror? You like the clip-in, the vent ones?
So far, well, I didn't buy the one Gene gave me, but the one I bought was just the one on the stick on the mirror.
I mean, they're kind of cool, too, because then they're a little ornament there.
Well, and there's like a little pin that I was going to pin on it, so I was like, I'll put it on this. Although I guess I could get the other one, too.
Honestly, I might say they're a little bit underrated. I don't use them as much as I probably should. I think I even have a pack. I just always forget about them. It's one of those things that, like, I put one in there whenever I first buy the pack, and, like, it smells good for a while, then it goes bad.
Yeah.
And then I just forget that I have the pack, you know? And then I need to throw another one in, though, if I have.
Can you imagine somebody with, like, a bunch of garbage in their car, they're throwing an air freshener in there instead of actually cleaning it out? It's like, oh, this will help.
Yeah.
It's like... And I'm not saying I don't know anybody specifically that did that, but I'm just like, that's just like putting fucking body spray on top of your sweaty BO ass after gym class. You know what I mean? It's not going to solve the problem, like deodorants for that, or a shower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't put your shitty, hideous body spray on top of sweat and shit.
I mean, we did in junior high.
I didn't put body spray on top of that.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I put deodorant on again.
I mean, I put deodorant on for sure.
But I also just didn't sweat that bad. I don't know what everybody else was eating.
I don't know. Fucking bullshit, bro.
So you said underrated as far as the car.
I mean, probably.
I just mean any air fresheners. It doesn't matter if it's the clip or the hang, the rope one.
I don't actually. I mean, a decent amount of people use them, but they're probably a little underutilized for the amount of like car air fresheners you can buy in the store.
People look at them like they're 90s and 2000s or something. Which people.
I don't want my car to smell good anymore.
They smell really good though, honestly. That black, I might get some more of those black ice ones. They smell great.
Yeah, I got some fresh shave ones before. Those are pretty good. The black ice, that's a classic.
Yeah. That it is.
But yeah.
Well,
mid-Feb coming up.
Mid-February. We've got one more episode in February after this one releases.
Yeah.
And then we will be rolling on.
Years rolling by as they do.
Yep.
It was just Christmas, man. Damn.
I know. Damn it. And then the month of March. That should be fun. But in the meantime, thank you for everybody for listening. We appreciate you. And we got some movies to review coming up. The Monuments Men and Catch Me If You Can on the next solo. So we'll probably have a little break here. Time to watch them and figure out a good day to binge them and move through the coming movie swaps. So
yeah,
it'll be fun. Now there's just
been rolling.
Oh yeah, the next movie swap reviews that we do will be your 20th of all time. So that'll be cool. It's kind of nice though because now like the brainstorm is going and you're like, oh, this would be good, and like it's kind of nice to be just going down other avenues and figuring out stuff to watch.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is Casting the Spotlight episode 217. Damn. And we hope you all stay well out there. Stay healthy. There's a lot of shit going around.
I know, dude. It's honestly bad.
It is. No, like every other person that I know has got something right now.
It was like
it seems like
there's a point in the year, like every winter, it feels like where this happens, and we're in that point right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, try to stay healthy out there.
Oh, definitely. Well, we will see you on the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Good night.